So we have decided to rip up the carpet. We have already peeked underneath and know that there is hardwood under there. It looks a little bit in rough shape, so we're not sure exactly what we're gonna find. We're hoping to match it in the bedroom to what's in the hallway. Here we go.
Something's holding it down.
Oh no, let's hope they didn't glue this down. That would not be good. We didn't think of that.
Yeah, they glued it.
Oh no. No. I guess that's what you do, right? Or no?
Yep.
Oh. Yikes. Is that gonna, that's gonna probably like gum up the
Yep.
sandpaper. So surprise number one, they glued down the carpet padding. So far the floor looks okay in here, but it is in the closet, so it probably wouldn't really be scratched up in the closet very much. I'm expecting the rest of it to not be in as good of a shape as a section in the closet is. Now to see if that glue comes off easy or not. Fun times. What was that you just said?
So maybe it won't be that bad.
Trying to get all this adhesive off and refinish this?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I'm feeling defeat.
I know, we didn't even get very far. Really, the adhesive, we did not realize that was under there. I guess when we looked, we didn't realize that's what that hazy stuff was. This is when already regretting the project. We'll make it through it. It's just, it's always more work when you do a project than you realize, right? These projects are always easier if you can do them when you're not living in the space. The inconvenience of living in like the construction zone is just...
We need somewhere to sleep tonight.
Yeah. People would say that it's like we're not really getting smarter because we know this and yet we keep doing it and complaining every time. So we've only removed half of the carpet for now because we're gonna try to do some of the glue removal. If we go to sand it, it's gonna gum up the sandpaper and probably make a mess. So we're gonna try to be proactive and scrape as much of it as we can off before we start sanding.
You can actually see there's a black line. There used to be thicker baseboard.
Yeah,
So
so the
it
baseboard
covered
is
up.
different. So like there's actual gaps there now and I can see right down and under the floor. So we're gonna have to address that. Which that's minor. That's actually not a big deal. The glue on the floor is the way bigger obstacle. We were trying to wet it with some water and soap, Dawn soap and water, and scrape it. It loosens it up a little, but it also gums up then. There's some really serious scratches in this floor. I'm not sure what they were doing, that there's just like all these straight line scratches everywhere. Maybe an animal. I'm not really sure how you beat up a floor like this.
Gouges. It adds
yeah.
character.
I don't know if they'll come out or if it'll be part of the floor, but yeah, character of the house. So scraping alone and dish soap and water didn't really remove all of the adhesive. So we're going back over it after scraping it for 2 hours, this small section, with some Goo Gone. Trying to remove the rest of the residue that's built up, which seems to be working. It's just a very slow, long process.
Yes.
And then we still have to remove the carpet from this half of the room. Day 2 of scraping the adhesive off the floor. Going with the Goo Gone method this time. Oh, it's blocked. There it is. So spraying Goo Gone and then just scraping it up. He thinks it's going faster that way, but still slow go though.
Much faster.
Very stinky, and hopefully like the oil will, from the Goo Gone, won't be an issue on the hardwood. Like that it'll come off and won't like get gunked up in the sander. So we're wiping it down when we're done, but it's like so oily that it's hard to remove all the residue. We'll see how long this takes. Are we having fun yet? Here's what the floors look like after removing the carpet and scraping the adhesive off, removing the goo gone. It took some soapy water and like wiping it down, and then we used Lysol wipes to try to remove any residue of the goo gone. I have a light shining on it, so it's kind of messing with the lighting, but you can see there's some big like scratches, some spots where like the finish is missing. Kind of like marks all over. So tonight we're gonna fill the nail holes around the room with putty, and tomorrow is sanding day. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not expecting this to come out perfect. I mean, these floors are in, I'm guessing this is rough shape. I mean, I know it could be much worse, but it's not in, you know, I don't know how deep some of these are gonna be. So we'll see. Okay, sanding day has arrived. We rented the drum sander from Home Depot and an edger. We're gonna put a window fan in the window, try to pull the dust, any extra dust like out instead of it blowing into the rest of the house. We're also gonna be taping off the doorway with some plastic sheeting just to try to prevent any dust from making it out into the rest of the house. So we will see how this goes. All the nail holes have now been prepped and filled in. So here we go. Easy 8, eh? Okay, well, so we're ready then?
Easy it is.
Okay, are you ready?
It's very easy, actually. I just gotta get the act.
Like the rhythm. And we're wearing a face mask because any kind of particles are never good for your lungs. FYI. Overly cautious, all right?
There's no dust.
Well, that's good because we've definitely made sure to try to keep the dust out. I made little plastic compartments everywhere so that I wouldn't have a bigger mess to clean up. So I'm taping from inside the plastic. Continue on. Carry on, my wayward son. I feel like you're in an aquarium and I can watch you because you're like behind plastic. So I feel like I want to come over to the window and just keep like peeking in. Like normally a door would be closed, you'd be doing the project for hours and like I won't see you. But like now that there's like this see-through window, like I'm just watching you. It's like entertaining to just keep peeking in and seeing what's going on in here.
It's a wild human.
A renovation in the wild. So update, there is sawdust collecting on the plastic, so it probably is covering all the walls and everything. Yeah, so good thing we did put the plastic up, so there will always, I guess, be some, if you don't have like a really high quality, I guess, machine with a really good filter, there's gonna be like some mess.
The fan is helping out, sucking it all out.
Yeah, so at least it's gonna pool that way and hopefully not blow into the rest of the house. Let's go under the plastic here. Okay, so what's the update?
All those lines aren't going wet. So we're going to try rougher grit sandpaper. This is 36. This is 24. So we're going to get this.
They say to not really use that heat red because it's very aggressive, but we have some really bad scratches in this floor. So like, I guess if your floor didn't have a ton of scratches, you would not even attempt that. There would be no need. But since, I mean, the floor's in bad shape and the scratches are going to stay if we don't go with something stronger. So there you can see they're all over there still. We'll make the mistake so then you don't have to. No, I'll show you. I'll show you what happens. I think it's going to be okay though. All right, 24 going down. Well, going on. Going down. Going down.
Not gone, but better. It's really deeply gouged, and that's how I know that I'm not taking too much material off, because I'm not even getting past those gouges. You know what I mean?
You have sanded up to 60.
The first pass is 60 grit.
60 grit. And now you are trying the edger.
At 60 grit.
60 grit.
So starting the edger at 60 grit instead of 36.
But it's very loud.
Yeah, it's very
We're going to get some hearing protection.
Yeah, I need earmuffs.
It's the next day after sanding, working on cleaning up the floor. We do have some haloing around the edges, so we're gonna see if like a little bit of like 220 or something, if we could feather it out a little bit. So he's also using a hand scraper around like the corners.
It's with the carbide tip. Scrapes up the stuff in the finish right off the corner area.
Can you see that?
Okay, and here is the sanded floor. The floor has now been prepped, sanded, cleaned, and it's ready to start applying the sealer and the polyurethane. So the products we're going to be using to redo the floor are from Bona. This product isn't really for like DIYers, but we already used it before, so we're just going to do it again so that it matches up. We're going with the classic seal as the sealer, and then 2 coats of the Bona Mega 1 in a satin finish. I taped off around the edges just so like I don't splash any of the product onto the existing woodwork. Now my next step is to take the classic seal and apply it to the floor. I'm going to be using a pad to trim it in and a roller to apply it. If you want to see the directions on how to use this product, Bona has a ton of YouTube videos, so I'm just going to be following like what I saw in those videos, so check those out if you want to see the correct way to do it, because they're better at explaining it. So Okay, here we go. I just finished applying the sealer to the floor. It's still wet, so we'll see how it dries. I think it says about like 2 to 3 hours. I'll definitely give it longer though, just to make sure it's dry before I start putting the top coat on. Okay, so this is after 3 hours of drying. Some of the red went away, and it's hard to tell on the camera because it doesn't look the same as it does in person, but it definitely is matching the existing floor much more now. It doesn't look as red anymore. So now it's time to put on the first coat of the polyurethane. We did the first coat of polyurethane on the floor, and once it dried, we noticed that the grain raised. The whole surface was really rough to the touch, not smooth at all. It almost felt like there was no finish on the wood. So we had to go back through with 220 sandpaper to sand the entire floor surface lightly. And now it's smoother. It's not rough now. We sanded the whole thing, re-wiped all the dust down, and now it's hopefully ready for its second and final coat of polyurethane. Almost there. We are almost finished. The extra sanding is definitely something that it's like, oh, you don't want to do it, but you really need to, because otherwise I don't know how it would turn out. It's probably going to stay rough, I would guess, or I don't know, maybe it would smooth out, but the specifications say you don't have to. But if you feel that grain raise, then you probably should like lightly sand it down. Okay, so get in there. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so the room is finished.
The room's completely finished. We finally got out all the lines that you saw everywhere. That took quite a few passes at 26 grit sandpaper, which is not recommended, but we figured, what did we have to lose?
Are you happy with it?
Oh yeah, I mean, look at it. It's almost flawless.
Well, yeah, it's actually really nice. It does have a little bit of like sanding issues just in this area, and they might have already like kind of been there, some of them, like some rippling, and just the part we didn't pay attention to, which was the nail holes. They didn't look as bad before when the floor was like darker and had like, you know, scratches everywhere, but now that it's so smooth, this is really like kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess we could always fix that in the future.
No.
Because it's very distracting when you see it. But overall, yeah, like all the scratches came out. Which size did we pick?
We picked 1/2 inch quarter round, just smallest that we could fit on there without going too large.
Yeah,
we just needed to cover up the old marks from the old baseboard.
Right, and this like, if you put too wide or deep of a quarter round, like you can't push your furniture all the way against the wall. And so like I want to make sure the dressers can like go up as close to the wall as they can. So we just did the minimum we could to cover that gap between the wall. So that wasn't too bad. Radiator covers are back on. And yeah, overall, I mean, it came out really well. We used 1 coat of sealer and ended up using 3 coats of polyurethane just because like 2 was not enough. It just didn't look thick enough. So we did 3. But yeah, overall, first time ever sanding it down all the way like that. And yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Now that it's over, I could say it was probably worth it. If you're thinking of doing it, just know you might hate it halfway through.